So last week, finally made it to the town of Bazozan, which was good. Looked like a depressing place. You got in with the help of some soldiers you helped along the way. But as soon as you got on, an alarm went off, and almost from the ground, from beneath the cobblestones, from gaps in these wall, these creatures you've been warned about kind of slithered through. They start with this horribly gurgling sound as a thing you heard first in some crazy language, some really odd things coming through. And you're not quite sure what to make of it. And that's at that point, these gibbering mouthers start to just appear all around you. You see this guy, who you've heard about before, Theron Theris, who's the guy over on the left of your screen fighting some gibbering mouthers over there. There's also a couple of... should be another one down there. Oh, no. A couple of soldiers around helping to defend the area. And by the sounds of things, by the alarms and screams you hear, this is not just happening in this particular area. It's happening all over the city. There are a couple of civilians down here that are under attack, and a couple of civilians here who are under attack. All I can say is, at this point, good luck, and roll into initiative.
They were just talking gibberish, weren't they?
Yep, just gibberish. Completely you can't understand a word that they're saying.
I think I got it.
I see you in the game, so that's good.
Did that go through?
Let's have a look.
Yeah.
Okay, we have Amber there, we have Kaelin, Hatum, and Cadis, and some other bits and pieces as well. Okay, so the first one to actually react is this guard over here on the left, next to Varen. And this thing kind of appeared right next to him. Make me those. Okay, you see as he starts moving forward, there's this sticky stuff right under his feet, but he kind of shakes it off and charges forward to attack. But then he moves kind of right next to the gibbering mouth, and this incessant kind of babbling noise is apparently getting to him. And he's holding his head and he is screaming. And he is going to turn around and attack the captain of the watch. He's going to bring out his spear and try and stab Viren right next to him. He's gone crazy just in the with this incessant babbling, talking. Or almost, it's not so much the sounds, it's the harmonics and the way he plays off ever. And he goes to stab his captain, but the captain just says, "What the hell are you doing, man? Attack the creatures!" And he kind of blocks it away with his sword, dashing it to one side. The gibbering mouther right next to you, Hatum. He kind of and tries to spit something in your eye. Can you make me a dexterity saving throw, please, Hatum?
That's good, I think.
It is good. This gob of spit goes right for your eyes and you just dodge out of it. But then it comes at you and tries to bite you.
Use my reaction for Big Flare
Okay.
to impose disadvantage.
Well, that is lucky because it tries to bite you and you dodge out the way thanks to your binding flare and you avoid 25 points of damage. So you're good! This gibbering mouth is gonna slide over next to this guardman. They're relatively slow moving, so he had to take his dash action to go there. Varen, once again, he's looks like he's almost stuck to the ground with this area around him, but he breaks free of it with a natural 20. And but he starts holding his head up in a similar way. The gibbering mouthers are getting to him as well. He fails his saving throw, and what he does is he just stands there and screams as these things are infesting his eyes. You hear screaming from the sounds as these commoners are surrounded by people. Man, you guys rolled really bad on your initiative. This guy charges forward and breaks free of the sticky substance around it. And for the first time, someone gets an actual attack on it as he stabs his spear towards it and hits it beautifully for 5 points of damage. And the gibbling mouth goes... Amber! Finally, you get a turn. What do you do? Amber? Can't hear you, Amber. Oh. You back with us, Amber? So the rest of you guys can hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Her
yeah.
mic might not be working. Which that stinks.
It does stink.
Maybe try writing.
Not sure if you can hear us, Amber, but we can't hear you. Oh, she's typing. Okay. Sure. Let us know what you want to do. I'm going to conjure woodland enemies around us and then drop a bear totem. Okay, I can put a bear totem on there for you. It's got a 30 feet aura on it. I'll assume you're going to put that so it on all your buddies. So maybe like that. Okay, that would encapsulate all of them. Sure. Yep. Okay, and I'm going to bring up your character sheet, Amber. Look at this conjure woodland animal. Okay. Oh, there we go. So what challenge rating, Amber? The challenge rating. We'll do 8. Yeah, so 1/8. Let's see now. I choose, I believe, the creatures, and we're gonna do 8 goats, ravens. Oh, 8. Sorry.
1/4 is the lowest, I think.
Oh, so quarter. Quarter.
Yeah.
Okay, so quarter for now. So that's 4 of them.
8 beasts of
Oh, 8
1/4.
beasts at a quarter level. Okay. Let's do wolves. Sure about this wolf. So that should be an 8th quarter challenge rating. And we need 8 of these. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Actually, I'm going to take all that back immediately. I can give Amber control over this token so I can copy and paste it easily. Already controlled by Amber. Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8. And where do they appear? place you can see. Not sure if you can move them around, or can you move them around, Ember? If not, I'll place them for you. Oh, Amber's not even... she's not in voice. Okay, I'm going to put them... They're going to go there, there. A couple over here.
I think she wants them. I think she wants them all in the totem aura. I think she wanted to first do the spell and then she places the bear totem, so all of the wolves get the temp HP bonus from the.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I assume that's what she wants. So yeah.
We might
just correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah. Okay,
you hear me now?
Oh yes,
yeah.
Perfect, Amber. Yes. Where do you want your wolves? In the totem aura?
So they're all going to be in the totem aura, which means everybody gets the temp HP, which is, I believe... Let me double check here.
You're including the Aurora Watch Soldier, I assume, in your... as an ally to get that?
So everybody in this aura that's friendly to us will be getting 10 temp HP.
Cool. And
advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws.
Okay, great. And can you roll one initiative for the wolves, please? They'll all be acting on the same turn.
Can you give me one more wolf token, just so I can have it act as its initiative?
Oh, sure. I'll tell you what, I'll take one and put it kind of in the top right of the map. So roll initiative for this one. That won't be an active participant. Just in case we accidentally delete the token.
And nice. Well, it actually has a better initiative than mine.
Which actually doesn't work to your advantage. Because it won't hack until it comes back to its turn, so...
Can I have actually had them around surrounding the 4 Gibbering Mouthers? Or 2 Gibbering Mouthers?
Well, put them wherever you like. I mean, I put them there when you weren't there, so feel free to place them wherever you like.
Is this one supposed to be on a tile? Because he's kind of in the middle.
There we go, right next to her tomb, like that. Okay, so a totem goes down, boom. Everybody feels a bit more invigorated by that. And the totem and the wolves come charging out of there. Nice round. Okay, this guard down here is going to bravely try to charge up to this Gibbering Mouther. I'm just going to make a strength saving throw. He pushes through that and start there. So he is going to swing his spear at this Gibbering Mouth and rolls a 5. So swings over the top and overcome by this monstrosity before him. Cadus.
Okay. I am going to use... I've never done this. It's face step, but since I'm Winter Eldrin, a creature that I can see has to succeed on a wisdom throw or be frightened until the end of my turn.
Okay.
I'll do this one. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I will face step 5, 10, 15, 20. Face step to here.
Now face step, is that like a teleport?
Yep, you teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space. I can use it 3 times per long rest.
Okay, so you bamf to there. I assume that's a bonus action to do that.
Yes, and then that's 100 feet. Perfect. Chill touch is 120. And then trying to help these citizens down here, I'm gonna chill touch this one down here at the bottom.
Okay, nice. So this one up the top passed its saving throw, so it's not frightened
Rip.
by you. So that's unfortunate. But your tool touch goes off, and the 19 does hit. These things are very slow moving, and they're relatively easy to target. And a 6 goes into it, and then I don't imagine you. The hand goes out and grabs where you think its heart could be, but your guess is as good as mine where its heart is, but it definitely hits. So nice. You do feel there's this goopy stuff underneath your feet, Amber, and as you try to move, you're going to have to make me a strength saving throw.
Me?
Yep.
Or Amber?
Oh, Cadus, sorry, Cadus. My apologies,
Okay,
Cadus.
yeah, you're fine. Which saving throw?
Strength.
Strength, got it.
Yep, you're fine. So once again, there's these sticky tendrils surrounding this gibbering mouth, but you power through it. Okay, so that's your action, bonus, and movement. Nice action.
Yep.
Hatum, unfortunately, you're starting just listening to this babbling in your ears. You don't have to make me a wisdom saving throw. You have to make me 2.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Okay.
That's good.
Oh,
Oh, well done.
there we go.
Cheer from the cheap seats for doing so well. Okay, you're good. Carry on.
So the thing is frightened because of her.
Oh,
Okay.
past its saving.
Okay, I'm gonna move away from it anyway. So 5 feet up here.
Make me a strength saving throw, please.
Okay.
These sticky tendrils trying to get into your feet. No, your movement is 0 for this turn, Hatum. So go back.
Okay.
Things go around your feet.
Ooh, that changes things. What to do? I think I'll do. See, I'll do bless in 2nd level. Wait, can I get to Cadus? Let's see. No, I can't. Ooh. All my planning. Let's see. I'll just do a spiritual weapon, 2nd level, and I'll summon that right next to me.
Okay.
I'll use my bonus action to attack with my spiritual weapon.
Okay, make a roll.
Nope, that's a miss.
Oh dear, that is a miss for your first fail of the night.
Yeah. Nothing more to do, and I'll use my cantrip to. Yeah, I'll do Sacred Flame on it. Yeah.
Okay, roll to hit
Just
for that.
dexterity saving throw from you.
Oh, dexterity saving throw. Sure. Once again, these things are slow moving, but maybe you're freaked out by these tendrils around your feet, and it dodges it easily. There's a -1 to dex, but it rolled a 16 on the die, so it goes around.
My DC is 15 now because of level 5.
Oh, your DC is 15? I rolled a 15.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what you meant. Oh yeah, okay.
And so you didn't cast Bless. Okay, so cool. Okay. Nice, but you're stuck there. We'll see what happens. Kaylin, these babbering stuff is unfortunately out of your range. Oh, no, you're good. You do not hear the babbering. You're not close enough, so feel free to ignore it.
Okay. Well, I don't think Kaylin have noticed that their babbling has affected, well, people that are close to them. So Kaylin will rush up to one of the creatures, and he will try to
As
attack.
you get here, though, the sticky tendril start affecting you, so make a strength saving throw.
Strength saving throw shouldn't be too big of a problem.
Yep, you get through, so feel free to be wherever you like.
Okay, nice. I'm gonna stand next to the creature, and since we're level 5, I get 2 attacks.
Yep.
So I'll try to attack twice with I think I'm going to try to attack with my flail because they seem squishy.
Sure.
But I don't know if they're like susceptible to blunt damage. Yeah, let's try the flail.
Okay.
15.
15 hits.
Nice.
12
So-
bludgeoning against this guy here. Okay, cool. Hacks into him.
Once more. 15.
That hits again. Nice. Good damage
Oi.
rolls too.
Wow.
Excellent.
Okay, cool.
You're hacking into it, you kind of get off one of his weird tendrils and hack away part of its mouth. It seems it's not crying out in pain, but it's just continuing on. Is that your turn, Kaelin?
No.
No?
I think
Okay.
I'm gonna go for action surge and get 2 more attacks.
Oh, fantastic.
Since we're so good into the mix already. Yeah, let's hack and slash. Oh, ouch.
Oh, that's a miss.
Oh,
8 is a miss as well.
Oh
Possibly
my
the
God.
worst
Oh,
action
well.
surge ever.
yeah, that didn't help too much. Oh well. Yeah, I think that's my turn. Yeah.
Okay. The gibbering mouther to the south sees the guard, is going to try and spit into his eyes. The guard will attempt to dodge it. But it gets it right in the eyes. And this goop goes all over this. There we go. Goes all over this guy's eyes, and he is blinded. The gibbering mouth, using that to his advantage, attacks with his bite at advantage and hits the guard. And the guard's screaming, blinded with the stuff all in his eye, and this creature just almost envelops and goes. The guard is basically consumed by the gibbering mouther. That is the end of that guard.
Ouch.
Oh wow!
Yep, gone. Okay. And then this thing starts slithering towards these commoners to the south. Next gibbering mouther will attack the guard up there by first trying to spit in its eye, spit in your eye. Guard will make a dexterity saving throw and pass. But the creature will still come at it with his biting attack. And misses. The guard avoids problems, which is great. This guard here will see his fallen comrade and charge towards the gibbering mouther, making a strength saving throw along the way. And he finds. So he just charges up. It'll be his dash action to get there. And now this one up here will try and... What's that?
Remember, if they're in the aura, they have advantage on strength saves too.
Okay, good to know. Yes, that's going to be useful for you guys, actually. This guard's... Oh, whose turn is it? No, the gibbering mouth is going to try and spit in the guard's eyes. The guard... rolls a natural 1. The gibbering mouth will come at him with advantage on his bite. And once again, a second guard is just consumed and ripped to pieces by this creature. As he bites and spits and just destroys him. This guy up here needs to make a wisdom saving throw, having attacked his captain last turn. Wisdom saving throws, and he passes, and he attacks with his spear, and he hits only for 3 points of damage, but it all adds up as he hacks into this gibbering mouth next to him. Okay, over to you guys. How intelligent are these gibbering mouthers? They are not very intelligent at all. So, regardless, it kind of, it's going to spit at this guard, but it has an area of effect, so I need 3 saving throws from the wolves, dexterity saving throws, and 1 from Kaelin. And definitely don't
Saving
forget your
throw.
temporary hit points.
Which kind of saving throw did you say?
Dexterity.
Dexterity, okay.
And 3 from the wolves, please.
So the first one will be the top one, and then the left one, and then the right one.
Okay.
Fortunately, they do not have a bonus to deck saves. Oh, no, that's to add it again as a.
It's not coming through on roll 20, but I suspect it's coming through on the game log. Oh, oh.
But no, I need to re-add Wolf to as a pet.
Okay, sure.
They have it as a wild shape, but not as a summon yet.
Oh, I understand. Yep. Strange. Okay. So, Kaylin, good news is that you passed. You dodged the spit.
Right.
And let's see the wolves. That's a pass.
The first one,
That's a
the second
fail.
one.
Oh, I was looking at the wrong one. 5's a fail.
Was that a third one?
So the first 2 fail. So that were these 2, right?
So the top one and then the left one.
Okay, so they get the spittle right into the eye. And this creature's... Oh, actually, the guard needs to make it as well. And he passes with a natural 20. Gets a cheer from the cheap seats. Now, the gibbering mouth is primarily tactic, is to spit in somebody's eyes and attack it. So it's going to attack the wolf at the top with a bite at advantage because it's blind. And the wolf gets ripped to shreds. Let's add a hollow little yelp as it dies.
How much damage did it deal?
18.
It's still alive.
Isn't it on 11 hit points?
Normally it has 21 though.
Oh, okay, good to know. 21. Okay, can I have him make me a strength saving throw then, please? Or the wolf.
With advantage because it's in the aura.
Yep. Yep, with advantage.
Yeah, that's nice.
Oh, it is nice.
Didn't seem to help it this time though.
No. Only gets knocked to the ground though. Becomes prone as this lubbering, massive flesh just engulfs it. So it's prone on the ground. Prone on the ground.
18?
What was that, sorry?
It was 18 damage.
Yes, 18. 1-8. Yep. Okay.
That one
next-
has 3 hit points left.
Okay, good to know. Okay, this gibbering mouther is going to do the named thing. It's going to spit at Hatum. So Hatum, dexterity saving throw, as well as these wolves around it as well. So Hatum... 10, let me just check. Nope, spit in the eye.
Yeah, we're gonna do the one next to Hatum, and then to the left of the Gibbering Mouther, and then to the right of the Gibbering
Okay,
Mouther.
got it. So, first one.
Here's the
Fails.
first one. Second one.
Passes.
And then third one.
This one now. That doesn't pass. Okay, so it hooks up another loogie, spits around, and the kind of acid all around. As I said, its jam is to definitely spit and attack. So I'm going to say on a 1 to 2 on the dice, it's this guy. On a 3 to 4, it's a tomb. So it's this wolf here that is blinded. It is going to do a bite attack against it.
I think that's the second one I rolled, so that one would have been the pass.
12's a fail.
12 was the third one. I think it was this one.
There was only 3 saving throws that it needed. This one only the 3
Did I
saving.
say that I said this one, and then this one?
Okay, so this one. Which one isn't
It's fine.
blinded?
Fine, I'll leave it the way you had it.
Okay, well
that
that'll
one
do.
would be the one that passed.
Okay. Regardless, it's attacking this one. And it rolls an 18 as it first spits in its eyes, bites it, and I don't think it can take 25 points of damage.
No, it has 21.
Just bites it and rips your... these are technically fey creatures, right?
So they just disappear, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think they actually exist.
Well, we'll have them disappearing now anyway. Viren, the leader of the Aurora Watch
They're
Guard.
fey spirits that take the form.
Okay, so yeah, they will just disappear. He passes his saving throw, and then he's going to unleash on this creature with 3 glaive attacks. 1, 2, 3. And he hits 3 times, just hacking with his glaives. 16, or 25 points of damage as he steps forward. Actually makes his saving throw, he can step forward. He does it with these. Say 8, 16, plus 11, 27. Yep, 27. 27. So he's doing a very good job just laying into this creature. Hack, hack, hack. This is quite magnificent to see how apt this guy is with a glaive. Fantastic. Commoners scream, cower in the corner. Finally, Amber, tell me about these wolves.
Alrighty. So first of all, this one's gonna try to stand back up again.
Okay, no problem.
But we're all going to attack their Gibbering Mouther with advantage because they're within 5 feet of each other.
But this one has disadvantage because they're blind, so they'll be straight rolls.
So we'll get his attack out of the way first.
Okay, so do all the straight ones first.
They only get one attack.
Okay,
Straight roll.
straight roll. 14 hits, and do the one to the top as well.
That would have been that one first.
Okay, sure. So the one at the bottom.
One at the bottom. Button.
Straight roll. That
Was
misses.
a miss.
Now, actually, let's deal with all the ones around here first, please. Can you make me a whole bunch of wisdom saving throws, please? Let's do the 4 around here. Let's do this one first. The wisdom saving throw for this guy.
So wisdom saves.
Yep. Let's go around the circle.
So first one. I think that's a fail.
No, that's a success. This one. Wisdom saving throw.
So that one. Around the circle.
Yep, round the circle. That one.
That one's definitely a pass.
Yep, this one.
Next one. I think that one failed.
Roll 15. No, 15
I think
passes.
it's 8. 8. It doesn't
8.
have advantage.
Okay, so I'm going to put a blue dot on that one. This one here.
Poor puppy. He's blind and he's whatever this is.
Yep.
That one also fails.
Okay.
The 7.
Okay, so I'm going to say that the and roll me 2d8, please.
Hold on. D&D Beyond.
Six.
6 or 1 and a 5.
6 or 1 and a 5. Okay, 1. 5. Okay, so I'm going to say that this particular puppy gets freaked out and just bolts away. And as it bolts away, the gibbering mouth is going to take attack of opportunity. And is going to roll a 19 for 14 damage on this one. This one just stands...
It's still alive.
It's still alive. This one just stands and looks blankly. Okay. Now, let's finish this pit up here. This one can make an attack roll at advantage. Because of pack tactics. Okay, with the bite attack, that will hit.
Be a 16 to hit.
Okay, I get him to make a strength saving throw, which it fails. It takes 7 points of piercing damage, and then the creature collapses
It is
to
not
the ground.
prone.
Yes, which is great. Okay, now let's go down to these guys down here. Make me 3 more wisdom saving throws, please.
So we'll get the first one up.
Yep, we'll do this one.
That one's a pass.
Yep, 13.
One, I think.
Yep, that's a pass. Yep, that's a pass. Yep, definitely.
Second one.
This one.
19.
Yep. And then this one.
And the third one. A 2.
Okay, 2. So I'm going to roll a d8 for it. And it gets a 4. And this one here is not going to get attack. It's just going to be babbling, doing nothing. It's confused, doesn't know what to do. So you can attack with
Kind of
this one.
howling.
Howling, there we go, perfect. And in fact, I've got a howling sound that I prepared earlier.
This will be a straight roll.
Okay. So with a 13, that's hit. It's going to make a strength saving throw. It fails, so this one gets knocked prone as well. Okay, so bites.
The second one gets to attack at advantage from
Yep.
pack tactics.
And because it's prone, everything's going its way. That hits
16.
again for another 8 points of damage. And one more attack at advantage.
The third one you said was babbling or howling.
Oh, sorry, you're right, you're right. This one is a babbling, so I'll put a little babble token on that for that one. Okay, cool. The Aurora Watch Patrol is dead. You can come off the initiative turn order. Amber, yourself, what do you do? You can make me a wisdom saving throw is what you can do.
It's a 17.
You're fine. Carry on.
I'm gonna go over here. See, I'm gonna be over here instead. And I'm going to bring out my poison claws for a primal savagery.
Oh, nice. Claws come out, and
With advantage because he's prone.
yeah, that hits. Yep. Primal's arrow.
A 25 for 8 acid damage. Sorry.
8 acid damage on that creature. Okay, it's starting to look a little rough. Okay, nice. Get your turn, Amber.
I think so.
Okay, this Aurora Watch guy is dead, so focus goes back to Cadus. Well out of the range of these sounds.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to have Genghis bite my finger and take my 1d6 damage. Thankfully, just one. and activate it on my crossbow.
Ooh, nice.
And aim for the one down south.
Okay. It's well within your range, so take a shot. 10. 9 times out of 10 that would miss, but this time it actually hits. These things are very
No
slow
way!
moving,
Okay.
very blubbering, so 10 hits.
And then plus extra cold.
Okay,
So
so
13.
13 points of damage. Okay, so your arrow hits, ice explodes over the creature, and 13 points of damage. Nice. Hey, do you stay where you are, Cadus?
There we go.
Okay, that was your bonus action for your right, correct? Okay, Hatum, you're still blinded, unfortunately. What would you like to do?
Yeah, do I know if this is an effect that will fade when I just move away or end my turn?
Say that again, sorry?
Is this an effect that is going to end on my turn, or is it sort of lasting effect?
You're not sure.
Okay. Well, in the case, I'll try to move away. I think I'll have advantage on strength checks because of the totem now, right?
Yep.
Okay. In that case, I'll do so. Stay here. And
Make me a strength saving throw. Oh, and a wisdom saving throw, actually, while you're at it.
Oh, yeah.
Strength is fine.
Wisdom is not.
Roll me a d8. Come back here and roll me a d8. 6. You just stand there, swaying. Your turn is lost. Unfortunate. Kalen, why don't you show him how to do it better? Make me a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom isn't exactly my specialty, but ooh, but I'm blessed by the gods, it seems. Nice.
You're fine.
I guess this should have been the moment where I used my action surge, but oh well.
Yep.
Nonetheless, I'll keep flailing about, try to hit the one that's prone.
Yep, so add advantage. Yep, that hits. Hack into it. 7 points of bludgeoning on the prone one. Got it.
Alright, and once again.
And
Oh.
advantage. Oh, an 8 and misses.
Yeah. That's the action surge coming back. Okay. One question. Can I try to jump across, like walk to this location?
You can certainly try.
Like go straight over the creature? I'd like to try to do that. Just like boop and boop.
Okay, strength check. Strength saving throw, sorry.
Right. Oh my
Your
god.
feet get stuck to the ground. You're unable to move.
At advantage because of the totem.
Oh, good
really?
point. Okay, make me another
Oh,
strength
nice.
saving throw. Okay, you're fine. Actually, let me check. It is a DC 10, so yeah, I'll let you do that. It's sort of prone on the ground, kind of flopping around there, so you can absolutely jump over there.
Okay, cool. And I will also risk a attack of opportunity while moving over to this location.
Okay,
I guess
I
that
think
this
he already used it, didn't he?
did against the wolf.
Oh
No
really?
attack of
Oh,
opportunity.
perfect. Nice. Then I'll go here just in case I get spit on again.
Okay,
I'm
so
really fun.
hit it, jump over it, hit it once only. Alright, now
Yeah, and run away.
my turn. Okay, it's going to try and spit on the guard. And the guard is going to dodge it, but then it's going to try and bite the guard, so oops. Okay, so it spits at the guard dodges it, comes at it with its bite attack, and misses with a 5 on the with a 5. So that's good. Good news for him. This mouth up here is going to spit at both these guys. Viren does that. Overwatch does that. Oh, they both dodge it. And then it's going to try and bite onto Viren. Bite. Ooh, it almost does a natural 20. But it was a dirty 20 instead. And... oh, it's not good for Viren. So, just the spit fails. He dodges out of the way of that, but it comes at him with his bite. Does 20 points of damage to Viren. And Viren is knocked onto the ground prone. This soldier is going to make me a wisdom saving throw. And... oh, fails dismally. 8, 5. He's going to stand there motionless, not attacking at all. Okay. Over to the one next to you guys. Oops, no, it's the one... this one. Oh, over there. Oh, it's going to come over here and attack some villages is what it's going to do. Just gonna... I don't think this is going to matter. Bite. Nope. This villager just gets destroyed with a natural 20. Okay. This guy is going to make a wisdom saving throw. Saving throw, and it's going to fail. So the Gibbering Mouther will attack. Oh no, he's going to roll a d8, and he's going to stand there motionless. Okay, over to your friends. It is, well, first of all, it's going to stand up. A d6. It's not going to do that. It's going to attack the puppy to the north at advantage. And does, 20 points of damage. So, that one already took damage, though, didn't it, this one?
The north one? This one right here?
Yeah.
That one's dead, because that one only had 3 left.
So another one blinks out of existence, but the puppies are doing their jobs. Next one. Going to stand up. It's going to... it's going to... it's going to attack the puppy that's blinded already. And it rolls a natural 20 for 40 points of damage. Yeah! That puppy's gone.
And that one just get torn apart.
Yeah, that's brutal. Baron's going to try and make a wisdom saving throw. He just makes it.
That's a crit that we don't take.
That's right. That's the advantage of these summoned creatures. And 19, 25 points of damage. Viren leaps to his feet and just starts carving into this creature. It's out some screams of pain, but it's still up. Commoners are going to scream. Wolf turn. So, let's do these two first. Wisdom saving throws for these two guys. There's only 4 wisdom saving throws altogether.
Oh, sorry. Wisdom save?
Yeah, 4 wisdom saving throws. We'll start with this guy.
So you're starting with that one first?
Yep.
They did pass last turn, if that matters at all.
No, unfortunately it doesn't.
So you do not become immune to this if you pass. 14 though.
Okay, that's good. And this one? The one
And
that's
the blind puppy next to me.
The blind will be unblinded now, actually. As you will be, Atum, you're also unblinded. This one.
14.
That's fine. This one.
That one next.
Yep.
That one did not pass.
Okay.
3, I think.
And the final one.
And last one. That one definitely passes.
Okay, nice. So the puppy that failed is going to roll a 2.
Is this one still running away?
No, it will get its turn back. Get there in just a sec. That one rolls a 2. Okay, this one, the one that failed, this one is just going to stand there and babble, so this one won't get a turn. Let's do these 2 attacks at the top at advantage. Do you want to attack with these guys?
These will be 2 bites at advantage.
First bite attack. Will
It's a
hit.
21.
Yep, that hits. So 7 points on this guy. And second attack.
Ooh, for a crit bite.
Oh, nice. So for 11 points of damage. Okay, and I'll get it to make 2 strength saving throws. But succeeds on the first one, but fails on the second crit as your puppy deals to it. Okay, so that's the first puppy. Oh, that's those 2 puppies. Let's do these 2 down here as well.
Yeah, that is
one attack.
11 points from the second one's bite.
That's nice. Let's do this guy. You can
This
fight at
one.
advantage. And
Another crit.
wow, nice.
That puppy putting in work.
14 points of damage and a strength saving throw. Oh, it passes a strength saving throw, but takes a big chunk out of it. Okay, this one's doing nothing. This one.
But this one is going to run back over.
Make me a strength saving throw
I
first.
don't want to block a tomb.
Strength saving throw, please.
Strength save with advantage.
Yep. You're fine.
Is a
Gonna get there and attack. I know the wolves are pretty fast.
actually, is the tomb actually melee? I don't think the tomb is melee.
Not at the moment.
And Wolf is going to bite at advantage.
Yep.
A dirty 20.
A dirty 20 is good enough as takes another bite out. Okay, that's all your wolves. Now it's your turn, Amber. Make me a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom save. Oh. Good.
Oh, that is not good. Roll me a d8, please.
5.
5. Roll me another d8.
Another d8. 1.
1. So panicking, not knowing what to do, you walk around this Aurora guard and head. Let's do it properly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you dash up there, you just panic and run away. And as you're running away, the Gibbering Mouth is going to attack you at disadvantage because it's prone. But it rolls a 17 on the dice. You take 9?
17 just hits my AC.
Oh, good. You rolled an 18 and a 17, so that's 19 points of damage. And actually make me another strength saving throw. Strength saving throw, please.
I had my temp HP. Strength save at advantage. I'm gonna need it.
Imagine Amber's the strongest. Okay, so you're fine. So you don't get knocked prone, but you do run away there as a gibbering mouth that slashes and attacks you. Cadus, on the way to the civilians, I assume. What do you do?
I am going to, let's see here. Once again, shoot my crossbow.
Okay.
There we go.
With your icy bit on it, that hits. Yep. Roll damage. The 3 and the crimson right 5. So the arrow hits, explodes onto the creature with an icy splash, and does 5 points of damage. Nice.
Okay then.
Okay. Alright, cool. Atum! Maybe you'll get a turn one day, bud. Make me another wisdom saving throw. 11's enough. You're good.
Oh,
Ooh, nice.
okay. For this turn, I think I'll do 3rd level Spirit Guardians. So that's, let's see.
3rd level Spirit Guardians.
The 15 feet aura. Let's see if we can put it on.
I got it.
See? Oh, okay.
For reasons, I'm just going to make it red.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh, well, that's you red. I don't want you red. What about that? Make that red. Ah!
I think I put an aura on. So, yeah. No.
There we go. Okay, so Spirit Guardians goes up, and you're concentrating on it.
Yes, just lots of mathematical symbols and dodecahedrons float around.
Nice.
They're going to fly into these creatures when, let's see, their speed is halved. When they start their turn, they're going to make a wisdom saving throw.
So technically no damage yet.
Yes, and for my bonus action, I'll actually move my... This guy's still prone, the one north, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll just move this 10 feet and make a bonus action attack with advantage.
Yep. I'd imagine this is missing. Yep, that hits. Ugh. More damage for your spiritual weapon. 8. Oh, that's enough to finish it off.
Oh, yeah.
First one goes down. And just remove his it disappears into goop on the ground. Nice.
Thanks.
You stay there?
That's a good question. I think I'll... 15, 20. I could try to move over there, so I'll have to make a strength saving throw at advantage.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, you're good. So move over there. Great. Kaylin, you're up.
Okay, cool. Is your spiritual weapon a hammer, Tattoo?
It's sort of a hammer. It has a hammer stick, but it's a dodecahedron as a hammer edge. So yeah.
Kaelin's gonna like be really amazed with the hammer and be like, maybe I can have one of those someday in the future. And since you finished the thingy, the abomination off, I'm gonna head off as well. I'm gonna leave you guys. I'm gonna go try to help the general. Here.
Cool.
And I'm going to throw my tridents.
Sure.
Let's
That
try
hits.
it. Nice.
And that would be
Yes,
8
that-
piercing.
Yeah, and I'm gonna bonus action and retrieve my trident, and I'm gonna throw it again.
Okay, nice. That hits again.
Ooh. Perfect.
And all of a sudden, the tide starts turning as another gibbering mouther goes down and turns into a puddle of goop on the ground. He says, "That was my kill, but all kills are good kills. To the south, friend." You see him starting heading
Alright.
towards this direction here.
I'm gonna. Are you okay?
I feel like shit, but I'll be fine.
Yeah.
Protect
I guess
the
we'll feel a lot
civilians.
better. Yeah, that's a good idea. I guess we'll feel a lot better when this is over.
Yep. Okay.
Right. That's my turn.
Cool. Gibbering Mouther to the south is going to spit. The Aurora Guard soldier is going to try and dodge the spit to the eye. And he fails with a natural one. Gibbering Mouth is going to attack with advantage. And... oh, he misses. With a 3 and a 10. Not a good attack by the Gibbering Mouth, but that guy's still blind. Okay. Speaking of still being blind, he's going to swing his sword at disadvantage, or swing his spear anyway, and miss horribly. The Gibbering Mouth up here slithers over here and will make an attack. Don't think it'll really matter. Oops. This one. Yep. Another commoner goes down by this creature. Okay. Where's this guy? Oh, sorry, Gibbering Mouth's turn. Oh, the guy right next to the wolves. Okay, let's see if it matters before we start rolling things. I'm going to say this for simplicity's sake. Actually, no, we won't do that. No, make me 3 wisdom saving. No saving saves. Make me 3 dexterity saving throws, please, Amber, for the wolves. Is it spits in your...
So this is the first one?
We'll do this one. That one fails.
Fail.
Yep. Blinded.
Save.
Take this one.
Okay, that's a pass.
Yep. And this one.
And the third
Oh,
one.
yeah, we'll do that in just a second, Hatun. Good point.
I think that's the one. That's a fail.
It's a fail. So those two, whoops, token, they're both blinded. I guess I'll get it to make it save in just a second. And what type of save is it, Hatum? Wisdom 15. Okay, Wisdom 15. It fails, so roll damage on that one, Hatum, as your dodecahedron slam into it.
But the second wolf would have passed.
Oh, the second wolf passed, okay. 19 piercing. Ugh. The second wolf would have passed. Okay, so did that on there. Yes. Okay, so it's going to attack the one to the north with a bite attack at advantage. Oh, and it rolls a 7, so that's going to miss. Okay, so that's its turn. The spiritual
Did
guardians.
also take its did it take its spirit guardian damage?
Yes, it did. It failed its wisdom saving throw and took 19 points of damage. There it charges over towards this creature. Strength saving throw. He passes and he gets right up next to it, but that's going to be his turn. A commoner's scream. Wolf attacks. So let's start with these 3. These 3 can make me wisdom saving throws. Start with this one.
So the first wisdom saving throw. 14.
That passes. Just.
Second one. Oh, got a 5.
Okay, so that one's going to be affected. And this one to the south.
And the third one, a 16.
Okay, so it's just that one
D8.
that's affected. Yep, D8.
3.
3. Does nothing. So this one won't get a turn. Okay, so why don't we do these 2 attacks first? Let's just make them straight attacks.
So
They're
these
blinded.
are straight attacks because they're blind, but they do have pack tactics.
Yep, so straight attacks. First, Puppy attacks and does 6 points of piercing damage. And it actually kills it. The creature goes down and the creature howls in triumph. Okay.
Unfortunately, I don't know if the other puppy knows that because it's blind.
Okay.
I have the blind puppy make a perception check to see if it can smell out a new target.
Sure. And at advantage.
It can't
'cause
see
these
anything right now?
Smell, but they smell, so I'm going to say this is at advantage. These things are a little stinky. Yep, so they smell 1, 2... Oh, you see where they are. They're well aware of where everything is.
I just had to roll for that one because he was blind.
Sure.
This one is going to run over. He's actually going to run over just in front of Cadus here.
Okay.
That uses his dash action, so
Okay.
could be ahead for his movement. And these two. Is there a wall that's in the middle?
There is wall here, here, and here. So there are gaps in the wall. It could go through here and through here if you wanted to.
That one. That one.
Okay.
Oh wait, I still have a wolf.
Dude.
And we'll take a dash action and get up to there.
Nope. One more, I think.
No, that's the one that bit and
was-
killed the.
Okay, got it. Okay, Amber.
Oh wait, no, never mind. That one's actually back here because that one was the one that killed the Gibbering author, and then the other one was stunned.
Okay.
And it looks like we just have 2 left, so probably not worth using a wild shape. So, I'm back over here
Okay.
using a dash action.
Okay. Nice.
Those 75 feet. Wait. I think I have a spell that reaches.
Yeah, bonus action spell since you dashed.
Yeah. Didn't think I had a bonus action.
Alright. Cadus. These commoners are screaming in fear, but it seems the cavalry has arrived.
Yeah, I'm gonna
What would
stop
you like to do?
5 feet back.
I'm gonna shoot it again.
Shoot it you do. once again, the arrow hits. Ice damage on it. Another 7 points of damage. Nice. Yeah, it's looking pretty healthy though. It's still right up there. Move any closer, Cadus? Bonus actions?
Oh,
Wait, I
goodness.
do have a bonus action, I think.
I do not. Nope.
Fortunately, you're just outside of its range for its babbling attack.
I can move it 30 feet.
Oh, you're moving a spiritual weapon. Okay, cool. Oh, no. Move that 30 feet. Wait. Okay, Cadus, you shoot. Regardless, shoot. Ice erupts on top of this creature as it takes damage. Hatum, you're up.
Feet down there. Let's think. I should be within range for my guiding bolt, yes. Do one at first level at the Gibbering Mother down here.
Okay.
See if I can finish it off. Yeah, let's see.
Guiding bolt. That hits. 12 radiant. And the next attack against this creature will be at advantage as your guiding bolt explodes on it. Okay. Bonus action, move your hammer, maybe?
Oh yeah, I did that.
Oh, you did that. Okay, cool. Kaelin, feeling maybe pretty cool as you slayed one of these gibbering mouths. What do you do now?
Yeah, it felt pretty cool. I'm going to follow the commander, the captain, whatever his title is. Kaelin doesn't really care, but he's gonna follow anyway. And he's gonna say to the soldier next to him as well, like, good job staying alive, but the fight isn't over yet.
I'll be right behind you, friend. Let's kill this son of a bitch.
Nice, love that spirit. And I have a question. So, since I can attack twice, but does that also include cantrips like Firebolt?
Nope.
No, okay. Then I'm going to pull up my crossbow.
Okay.
And I'm going. Do I have a clear shot?
Yep, you do. Straight roll.
This. Okay, cool, nice. Let's see.
7 misses, but 17 hits.
Okay, nice. One hit is better than nothing. 5 piercing damage.
Okay, nice. So the first one flies over the top of the gibbering mouth, as the second one hits right on the money now. Speaking of gibbering mouthers, it's rounded. He's already blinded. That's going to attack this guard at advantage. Rips the guard into pieces, and the guard is out. Ah! And it goes down. In fact, exactly what it says is this. I love that sound effect. Okay, and he is dead, so he won't get a turn. The uppery gibbering mouther over here only has Varen is going to try and spit in his eye. Oh, he rolls a natural 1, so the creature comes at him with advantage as he gets the gunk in his eye, and he does hit. And Varen, whoops, strength saving throw. Managed to keep on his feet. He gets a spittle right in his eye, though. That spits at him. And as he's trying to get the gunk out, it takes advantage, takes a 5 attack damage. And he almost rolls a minimal on his damage for 10 points of damage against Varen. And Varen, in fact, I'll put his hit point bar on. So Varen's looking pretty bad. Okay.
Okay.
The Aurora Watch is going to charge up next to his captain. If he makes a strength saving throw, he will do that. Strength Oops, strength saving throw. Oh, he doesn't. He gets caught up in the goo right about there and is unable to move any further. Viren screams out in pain, brings out his glaive and says, "Die, you son of a bitch. Each of these will be a disadvantage. But that's a hit, but that's a hit, but that's a hit." And he hits 3 times for
Wow.
20 or 38 points of damage on this thing. Die, you son of a bitch. He just hacks repeatedly into this thing. Commoners continue to scream in pain, but feel a bit better that this creature is here now. Wolves! Let's start with this one over here. It can make me a wisdom saving throw.
Is that one still blind?
Yes. Wisdom saving throw, though. Yep, that's a pass.
16.
Yep, so what's this puppy gonna do?
He is going to come over here in front of this villager.
First making a strength saving throw.
This one is not at advantage because my totem's not down by him.
That's true.
It's an 18.
It's fine. It's fine. Okay. So actually, this cancels out because this was at advantage thanks to the guiding bolt, but disadvantage because it's blind. So it can just make a straight attack. No pack tactics. It's just a straight attack.
$22.
That hits for 7 piercing and a strength saving throw. Oops. Gibbering Mouther. Strength saving throw from the Gibbering Mouther. It fails. Okay, so the puppy pounces on it, bites into it for 7 points of damage, and knocks it prone as well. And the puppy lets out another howl in triumph. Okay.
Oh, so that kind of pins the creature to the ground.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, cool. Now let's do these two up here.
One is going to dash action up here. Have an opening for a tomb.
Okay, cool. And these two over here.
This one will come over here. I must put him next to the captain.
Sure. And make me a strength saving throw. Make 2, as I suspect the other wolves.
Whoops, and I have more movement on the wolves real quick, but we'll deal with these ones.
Sure.
Wisdom, strength, you said?
Strength, yep.
15.
Okay, it's fine.
And this one will come over here.
Same deal, strength saving throw.
Oops. I can mean to drop it on it.
Sure.
Save.
Nope. It gets stuck here with these tendrils around its leg, so it won't be able to attack. And this one also loses its pack attack advantage. Oh no, Viren's there, so yeah, attack at advantage from this guy.
Because it has an ally within 5 feet.
Yep. Pack tactics will apply.
22.
Yep, hits. Strength saving.
6 points of damage.
Strength saving throw. Passes it, so it's just the 6 points of damage as it growls, bites, attacks,
Is
howls.
just to stand against the wolf, bearing down on it.
Nice.
These
Amber.
wolves, though, have an extra. Wolves that over here that have an extra 20 feet of movement.
Sure.
Wolves have 40, not 30.
Yep, pretty fast. And Amber, it's your turn yourself.
I'm gonna come over here next to Cadus. I'm gonna be behind Cadus. And I'm gonna run over here.
Okay.
And that's not quite in range. However, does anybody look hurt over there?
No.
Here?
No. It for this wolf. Who is not blinded now.
Oh, how big is that area? Can I get a 10-foot radius sphere?
Sure.
There it is. I can get it.
Go.
Yeah, I can't actually get anybody. So instead, I'm going to bonus action. How good does the tomb look?
How damaged? He's good.
So bonus action, I'll just throw up a healing word on my wolf spirit.
Okay.
You're the huge
9 points to this.
17 to 24.
Okay. Nice. Okay.
I do that because it's the quickest game mode.
Okay.
This is my bonus action, right?
Healing word is, yep.
We're gonna join the fun of my wolves, and I'm gonna change into a wolf too.
Okay. We'll just create another token for you there, and the one with the red dot. We'll move you there, and this will be you. Ah, no, you're the bonus action healing word. Was it an action for you? That's an action, sorry.
A wild shape is an action.
Yeah, okay, cool. Okay, so you wild shape into the wolf, head off to the north as your body twists and turns, fur grows all over your back. Cadus! Oh, sorry, I moved Cadus. Cadus was there. I got confused. Cadus, your turn.
Oh, good. I'm gonna try to shoot it again.
Okay, once again, just outside of its gibbering mouth range. So you're good. And the 21 hits with the arrow. And the Crimson Right kicks in it as well for another 10 points of damage. Okay, cool. So it hits it. Ice explodes around it. It's looking very rough, but it's still up. You dash off to the side. Nice. Okay, Hatum.
Let's see, I'll dash. There. Just move up. Bonus action, move my spiritual weapon. Yeah, I'll dash over there, and that's going to be my turn. See if I can get it with my spiritual guardians next turn.
Okay, you're good that you're not affected
When it's
by the noise. Kalen is up.
Alright, I'm going to use my action to dash.
Cool.
And I'm going to dash all the way next to this abomination thingy.
Okay.
At least try. Let's see if
strength
I
saving
can
throw.
pass the saving throw.
Yep,
Put
no
the
problem.
four. Cool.
Yep.
And I'm gonna see that this dude is pretty rough. And I'm gonna say, my friend, I think you should try to take a step back. Maybe I can try to be your shield and you can try to support me with that long glaive of yours.
I'll do my
Do you
best.
understand what I mean?
I do understand. Do it.
Alright, disengage and let me be your shield. I heard good stories about you. Let's not throw your life away in this combat.
Good plan. Okay, this one here is... Well, first of all, it's going to stand up. Then it's going to send a big loogie at Hatum. Hatum, make me a dexterity saving throw.
Nope.
Oh dear, I'm going to give you a fail for that one.
Big fail.
But yeah, it spits in your eye. It's going to zoom across these dead bodies and go for you. The wolf can have an attack of opportunity if it wants.
It has to do a wisdom saving throw, by the way. Spiritual Guardians.
Oh, okay. Yep, we'll do this attack of opportunity first. 7. That hits for 7. Okay, 7 points of damage. Wisdom saving throw for the spiritual weapon. Good point.
And a strength save to see if it got knocked prone.
Oh, yep, good point. Makes its wisdom and makes its strength. Okay, so it gets up, slumbers forward, gets attacked by the dog. Sorry, what's the half damage for the spiritual guardians? Oh, here it comes. Takes
1, so 10.
10. Okay, cool. 10 points of damage. And, yep. And with this goop in your eye, Hatum, it's going to attack you at advantage. And it hits. And, whoops. It spits in your eye, bites you. And you take 18 points of damage. And make me a strength saving throw and a constitution saving throw. Get knocked prone by this creature. And you lose concentration on spiritual guardians. That is not the best use of saving throws I've ever seen. The spiritual guardians go down.
My dedicators.
Okay, so that's its turn. This guy is dead. He won't get a turn. This gibbering mouther is going to spit. 1 wisdom saving throw from this puppy here, and 1 from Kalen, please. Sorry, dexterity saving throws. Dexterity.
Alright.
Dex from the wolf. Dex from Kalen. Kalen! Gets you right in the eye.
Finally.
And the wolf dodges it.
Bit.
And yes, and so after spitting in your eye, it's going to launch at you with its bite attack. And that is going to hit. Let me just make sure of something. That's not going to hit, I'm afraid. That's going to critically hit. Take 33 points of damage.
Oh.
I still have the temporary hit points from Amber's totem.
Still.
No.
It's never a good idea to get hit for 33 points of damage. And make me a strength saving throw.
Strength saving throw. Oh my god.
What's it with these saving throws lately? They've all been terrible. Get knocked on the ground. Overtop you. Okay. That's bad.
Yeah.
This Aurora Watch is going to make me a wisdom saving throw, actually. Wisdom saving throw. It fails. Roll a d8. 8. Not sure what 8 is. Let me check. This. Oh man, I was going to attack you. But it's going to attack someone. It's not going to be you though. It's going to be his own captain as he's blind. He's going to bring out his spear, attack his own captain at advantage, and roll a natural 20. Oh
No way.
He does. He hacks into him.
No.
It doesn't take him down though. Spoiler alert, that puts him on 1 hit point. He is on 1 hit point.
My God.
And the guy goes, "Oh, sorry! Sorry, Captain Viren! Sorry, Captain Viren!" He goes, "God damn son of a bitch!" And, I think the captain's wise enough to know not to attack his own man. It's bad news. But he is. I have had enough of this! And he's going to ignore your advice and just attack blindly. Actually, he's not blind now. But he's going to... Oh, man. He's just... I have had enough of this! He hacks, he slices, he dices, and he destroys his gibbering mouther. Little more backbone, son! Stand up to these creatures!
Oh,
And he
that's
coughs.
fiery.
And he starts running towards the other one. The remaining commoners scream. Wolf turns.
Alright, so start with the wolves over by this last gibbering mouther.
Hey. Actually, we need 1 wisdom saving throw just from this one. 1 wisdom saving throw.
1 wisdom save. 10.
That, I think, is just enough. Yep, you're good.
So this one will come up. Stand on top of the dead body.
Actually, 3 strength saving throws as well.
We'll go right there.
Actually, no, sorry, just 1 strength saving throw. Oh no, it would be 3 altogether if they move. So 3 strength saving throws.
After they move, they're 3 strength saves. Have not gotten a chance to move my totem yet. It's the first one.
Passes.
Second one.
This one, we'll say. Passes.
15.
I don't know if this
Third
one's
one.
moving or not. Oh no, there's 3 in the circle here, yep, so 1 more. Oh, they're all fine. They're all fine. So these 3 can all attack at advantage. Because I imagine that's what you're going to do.
And they're all going to start ganging up on that one. Biting and clawing at it.
Cool.
Pouncing at it. That is
Okay.
a crit.
That is good enough. Howls and triumph as a puppy takes down another one. The first attack takes it down. Oop.
Nice.
Well, actually, that's all of them, isn't it?
Yep.
That was all 3.
Okay, so if nothing else, the incessant babbling from these creatures finally stops. It's almost a relief as these things stop their incessant babbling. And as you take a deep breath, see the carnage around the field, we're going to take a short break.
Alright.
We'll deal with the repercussions after this.
Okay.
So see you guys in a little bit. And we'll
Yeah,
be back
see you in a bit.
Alright.
So, you hear sounds of combat. Perfectly understandable. Ice cream is very distracting, especially where you guys are in the world, but it's very hot where I am. You hear combats of these incessant sounds around the town, but you also hear sounds of the Aurora Watch soldiers coming down, fighting them down, and eventually, as you're catching your breath, the sounds fades, and everything returns relatively back to normal. Varen, once again, this gentleman here with the mighty glaive, who looks absolutely wrecked, and he kind of gathers you all together. How long do your puppies last, Amber?
They are concentration for up to an hour.
Okay, so they're still bouncing around, we'll say. But Varen gathers you up and says, I don't know who you are, friends, but your help is most welcome. And the city of Bazozan owes you a thanks. And you, the Fire Genasi, I believe, what is your name?
I'm Kalen. Nice to meet you, Mr.
Varen Thelis is my name. Here, let me put it into chat for you so you can see how you spell it. Yes, you showed extreme bravery, my friend. You were literally ready to throw yourself in front of these abominations to save my life, and I must admit I took quite a beating. Thank you for your bravery, Kalen. It is very much appreciated.
Oh, it was my pleasure. I've heard some good stories about you, that you're a strong warrior, pulling all the big loads of killing and stuff like that. Yeah, I wasn't worried that we were gonna fail at this combat, to be honest. I think I could have taken much more, damage from this creature.
You look at Varen, and he's covered in bike marks and lashing, and he's bleeding, and he's barely standing up. And he says, retorts, well, I'm glad you felt confident. One more blow and I would have had it. But once again, Kalen, you showed extreme bravery, and I thank you for that.
Oh, it was my pleasure. An honor to fight alongside with you.
Honor as well. Who was it was shooting those ice arrows? Was that you, miss? Talking towards Cadus?
Indeed.
There were, I believe I saw ice or something on them. Is that your speciality? How did you do that?
It is a part of my special training.
Leave it at that then. And what is your name?
Cadus.
Cadus? Once again, I thank you for your bravery and your assistance. I mean, I have not met you, and everybody who comes through this town meets me pretty much when they arrive, but you fought without any mention of reward. You could have just fled. So I thank you for that, Cadus. You showed extreme bravery as well. The city and Bazozan. I and Bazozan thank you.
Of course, no need to let innocent townsfolk remain in danger.
We did lose a couple, unfortunately. We'll be sending them to the crematorium. And let me speak plainly as well. You showed great bravery, and these demonic invasions, sometimes, in the worst of times, we get 2 or 3 a day. But at other times, it might be a 10-day before they come back, so it is hit and miss. But when the demons do come, some of them have been known to possess dead bodies. And it's hard enough losing a loved one, but seeing a loved one come up and attack you is too much is why we burn all our bodies here. If one of you should fall, we will burn you as well. I apologize if that is not part of your religious practice or your belief, but it's out of necessity. I hope you understand.
Oh, I love being burned.
Seems on point for you, Kate.
Yeah, I guess it does.
Understandable.
And a little healing spirit appears. Do you want to roll me some dice for that?
Yep, so I think that's the first one, right?
It's up to your spell modifier +1, I believe.
So that's 6. Oops.
The hearing spirit bounces between them. Okay, so we'll do that in a second. I'll adjust his hit points. So the first one's for Varen. Okay. And you, my pachyderm friend, can't help but notice the spells you cast suggest me you're a cleric of the Luxon. Is that correct?
It's indeed true.
Well, I noticed the spells you cast as well. Seems as if those gibbering mouths did a number on you for a while there. I was glad to see you break out of it eventually.
Oh yeah, it was awful. But how are you still standing? Took all those blows from both confused men and demons. You one soldier indeed.
Even my guard attacked me. Speaking of which, Eric, come over here. And his guards wander over. Oh, yes, sir. Gives him a thwack across the back of the halberd. I've trained you to be strong and smart. Do not let that happen again. I know it was the gibbering mouther. Please, little more strength of will. Do better next time. The guard goes a little embarrassed and nods his head. And these wolves. I found myself surrounded by wolves. You don't see a lot of wolves in these parts. I assume that was your part, young lady.
It looked like the odds were a little bit against us, so I thought I'd call on some friends of mine to help even up the battlefield a little bit.
Well, your friends are very much appreciated. I mean, if nothing else, I'm not sure what happens to them when they die, but at the very least they took some blows away from... the civilians are our first priority, but yeah, it was good that they couldn't attack. So, thank you. What is your name, miss?
I'm called Amber.
Well, Amber, Kaelin, Cadis, and Hatum.
Well, called Amber? So, people say this because of my eyes.
Oh. Amber it is.
And the total healing, by the way, for the spirits is 5, 4, 1, 1, 6, and 3.
Okay, got it. So I'll adjust.
Divide that between Varen and Kaelin.
Okay.
Based on whoever won it.
Oh, Varen gratefully takes the hit points. He's looking a little better. He's still wrecked, but it's all helpful. Just for convenience sake, do you go by any other name? You seem to be acquainted with each other's. I don't want to say Kaelin, Cadis, Amber, Hatum repeatedly. What do you call yourselves?
I guess you could call us the Seekers.
Well,
Seekers of the unknown.
Seekers of the unknown. Well, Seekers of the unknown, you've certainly found something unusual here. I assume you're here for mercenary work?
We are actually currently the Seekers of the Betrayer's Rise.
Well, well, the Betrayer's Rise is that temple to the north. I mean, there's an obvious follow-up question here. Why on earth do you want to go into the Betrayer's Rise?
We've had some sort of vision that leads us to believe that maybe someone needs our help, and we were told that there's a chance that we could find guidance to help this person at the Betrayer's Rise.
The Betrayer's Rise is an extremely dangerous place. I mean, there is literally an open portal there to the abyss itself, which is where these demons seem to be erupting from. Try as we might with magic users and divine spellcasters, we are unable to even get close to closing the portal. So if you do go up there, be extremely careful. And I'm not sure who this friend of yours is, but on the odd... We have some archaeologists here, and some of them have gone in there and managed to return. And the things they've told us is, number one, there's nothing even closely resembling a human or a drow or anything like that. Demons wall to wall. So if your friend is indeed in there, I fear he might already be lost. And if he's not there, perhaps he's fallen to the rift himself. I don't know how important this is, but might even require a trip to the abyss itself. Are you sure you want to go in there?
Well, no. But I guess we're going to do it anyway.
Well,
I'll just nod.
they say
What did you play?
there's a fine line between bravery and foolishness, and you are walking that line, my friend.
Yeah, I guess we are.
Well, I have some business to take care of. No doubt there will be injured men, probably some dead soldiers as well. I mean, I've already lost 2 here. 3, in fact. I mean, I don't mean to sound callous, but I will not grieve for these soldiers. If I start grieving for every soldier I lost, I will not be the leader I am today. I would be racked by grief. So I'll call up patrols, take both the demons and the Aurora Watch down to the crematorium, and they will deal with them then. So unless you have any more urgent questions, I will retreat to my barracks and look to shore up our address.
Do you know if there's anybody else that was injured in this attack?
Oh, no doubt numerous across the town. I mean, I don't want to assume anything, but Amber, you have some healing abilities. Hatum, you have some healing abilities. If you head over to... says Malcolm, quickly looking up his notes, because page. You head over to the medical facility, which has a name. Okay, here we go. If you head over to the infirmary, I'll point it out to you, and any healing that you could give, the sick, the wounded, and the dying would be brought there. You've already done amazing things in defense of this town, but if I could ask you to head to the infirmary, I'd be very much appreciated. Healing would go a long way.
Absolutely. I can head over there.
Of course, the Luxon doesn't abandon those in need.
Okay, so for now, I'll bid you farewell. And he points out where the infirmary is. Go over here to Bazazan. So B4 is the barracks where he is headed, and the infirmary up and above in the sky. You notice something rising, and there's a massive B3 hanging into the sky, and he says that's the infirmary there. And Viren goes away. You see other Aurora Watch soldiers picking up the bodies of the Watch first who had fallen, taking them to the crematorium. Crematorium should be obvious from the map anyway, but you see a B2 hovering in the air, telling you that it's the crematorium, and they take them that way. So, Seekers of the Unknown, what would you like to do?
Is there a place for us to, I guess, could we help bring these bodies to the crematorium, or?
You sure could. I mean, there's quite a few of them, but if you'd like to start bringing people to the crematorium, you could.
I
And
would
then
love to see the crematorium.
Yeah, of course you would.
Not for business, just for pleasure.
And then maybe somewhere to rest after that.
Well, you ask about
Yeah.
places to rest, and they point you to a place called the Ready Room. B7 here is the Ready Room, a place where you could rest. So you're taking these things to the infirmary, or you're going to the crematorium, or both?
I think maybe Amber as well, I guess.
Amber is going to the infirmary with her wolves.
Same.
Okay.
We can go there first then. I'd rather not split up in a place this dangerous.
Oh, yeah.
Should we bring the bodies to the infirmary since it's on the way to the crematory, just to be efficient?
Sure.
Try not to show the bodies to the wounded. Might scare them a bit.
Yeah, I can pretend they're still alive. Do some kind of ragdoll the bodies around in a way.
Just cover them up, I think.
We'll cover them up, yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's a better idea.
Okay. So we'll say you assist the Aurora Watch with the three bodies that are around you immediately. You find others along the way. And you start heading to the infirmary carrying these bodies. I'll say when you get here, the Aurora Watch will take them the rest of the way to the crematorium. So you're all free to go to the infirmary. But along the way, let's say, Cadus, roll me a D8, please. Sorry, D10. 3. Okay, as you're walking along, carrying these bodies, you see an Aurora Watch soldier, a drow, equivalent of human age would be about 18, 19, a fairly young person, and standing next to him is a hobgoblin. And the drow Aurora Watch soldiers is kind of down on his haunches. Oh, oops, that's the wrong button to press. Go away. And he's just sobbing there. You see there's some bite marks on him. Obviously he was in a part of this attack with his gibbering mouthers. And this drow soldier's got his hands in his head. And he's sobbing away. And he says, "That's too much. The cold's just not worth it anymore. I need to go. I just can't handle this. I can't handle this." And the bugbear says, No, don't speak that out loud. If the captain hears you, you'll be done for treason. You signed a contract. You have to stay here. The guys, it's better. No, I have to go. I have to see my family. I'm gonna die here. Continues to sob and talks about leaving. And the bugbear's kind of saying, "Come on, get it together, man. Get it together." And that's how they go back and forth, sobbing, desperate to get out of here. The guy's saying, "No, you can't. That's tantamount to treason. Gold's not worth it." You guys do anything? Or
I'm gonna whisper to the others and be like, are we gonna convince them to stay, or are we gonna convince them to go?
This guy just needs some soothing words. Let me just... hi there. Seem to be a bit down. This was an awful attack.
attack?
You shouldn't lose faith.
This has been attacks after attacks after attacks. Sometimes it's these gibbering mouths, sometimes it's vultures from the sky, sometimes it's things that possesses dead bodies. I've seen more attacks than that, and it's too much. Not an attack, it's just relentless. Need to go.
That sounds absolutely awful. You have my sympathies. I do not have any idea the emotional and physical strain this must have on your bodies and your mental well-being. But the job you do here is incredibly important. In my staying at Rosanna and my travels in these lands, I keep hearing about the important sacrifices that the soldiers of the Royal Watch in Bazzoxan commit to each and every day. All your sacrifices are not in vain, soldier. Believe me, and the gods might have abandoned this place, but the locksmith will not. Stand up strong now. It's gonna touch his shoulder and cast guidance on him. Yeah.
Okay. He says, well, look, it's both relentless and infuriating. Sometimes it's the waiting. Like, sometimes we get attacked several times a day. Sometimes there's a 10-day and it's just waiting and being on edge, knowing at any moment the demons would come. It's both relentless when they attack, and the waiting drives me nuts as well. Make me a persuasion check, Hatum, and we'll add the D4 on top of that as well. With that as the guidance.
Yeah. I'm also going to add thing to him. You seem to be terribly broken, battle-shocked by these attacks. You should make this case to your superior officer. No army wants a broken soldier. See if we can convince him to take guard posts outside the city, at the city gates, perhaps. Deal with less strenuous attacks on your well-being. Persuasion.
Yep. D4.
It's not too bad.
19. So I'm going to get a professional opinion from this expert here. Do you think a 19 is good enough for a persuasion check? Yes or no?
Yeah, I say so.
You say so?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Up there. Okay. So the soldier kind of takes a deep breath and stands up and says, you're right. And he takes another deep breath. I did come here for my family. It's both the gold that I collect and the front lines in protecting them. Thank you for your kind words, stranger. I think I'll be able to push on and make it. I will not take your second suggestion, though, and talk to the captain. I will stand strong as best I can, but I thank you for your time. What is your name?
Name's Hatum. Pleasure to meet you.
Varys. Varys is my name. Thank you so much.
I try to stay out of combat. These, no army wants a broken soldier. Your captain should know that. He seems a reasonable man.
He's a brave man. Great man for sure. Oh, I've lost my mouse. No, actually you can use that one, Riley, that's fine.
Hey, mine now.
Okay, sorry. Got my mouse confused. Okay, so it says, I'll talk to the captain, but thank you. Anyway, I have clean up to do. And he, with his bugbear friend, start letting off, and he just does a soldier thing and stops for a moment and grasps your shoulder with his hand, nods in your direction, then heads off.
I guess let's head for the infirmary, see if there's more people to aid.
Okay, so you head off to the infirmary. There's more cleanup being done after this attack. And you enter into the infirmary. And it's almost... there's lots of people chanting there. It almost comes across more like a temple than anything. A little bit. Okay, so you head over to the infirmary, and the walls are lined with shelves that hold old books and medical supplies. The floor is crammed with narrow cots. There's a small office in the back, its door ajar, and there's reeks of medical supplies. And you notice in there's a rather large furbolg, as furbolgs tend to be, and he's the one who's kind of chanting and trying to bring peace to these things. He's got his eyes closed and he hasn't acknowledged your existence. But someone who does acknowledge your existence is a female drow. She looks like some type of priest. Yes, and she sees you enter and says, look, grab some bandages and help. Don't sit there gawking like idiots. Grab some bandages and help me out here. Deal with that drow over there if you can. I don't have time to get to him, but he's going to bleed out unless something is done. Please get to him.
I'll grab some bandages and hand them to Hatum.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna play doctor. I don't think these patients wants me as a doctor anyway.
I'm not really trained in medicine, but I'll try to use most of my magic to help.
Well, if you have magical healing, of course. Please. Okay, so I'm going to
go around using... Tim's going to go around and cast Healing Word or Lesser Restoration. Just all of his spell slots.
Okay. Amber, do you have any healing spell?
I'm going to spend all of my spell slots doing what I can.
Okay.
And I'm not really trained in medicine, but I have a +5 naturally, so I can go around and give bandages and stuff to the people.
The people that you magically healed are brought back to life, but there are more, like so many people in here that are injured, it's ridiculous. So, first round, fantastic. You hear a good half of the population. And it's pretty much, before you got here, it's pretty much this drow and a couple of assistants that were helping out. So when you run out of spells, I'm going to ask everybody to make me a medicine check, even if you're not trained in it.
Nice.
Fight myself.
I
am a danger to others.
Do I get advantage on mine from my wolves kind of going around to the others and kind of providing support for them?
Sure. Emotional support animals. There we go.
Emotional support wolves.
Emotional support wolves.
I love it.
Sounds like a band.
Yeah, Cadus, you kind of press on some wound, but as you press on one, but kind of blood spurts out the other one. It's like trying to, a classic Dyke story, trying to put your thumb in each hole. It's not working.
Yeah, I'm a danger to people. It's fine.
You're a danger to people. Kaylin, despite being a little green around the gills, you do a good job. Good job. Hatum, you're very much in your element. And Amber, maybe your dogs aren't quite as helpful as you could be. As this huge towering wolf lures over, goes rah, rah, and tries to lick them, and it kind of freaks him out a little bit. But after it's exhausting work. I mean, soldiers are screaming at you. Some have lost limbs from this horrible gibbering mouthers attack. Some of them just wrecked, like the soldier you saw kind of screaming into their cot or crying. It's hard work. It's emotionally draining work as well. And after about an hour or so, things are stable enough for you to take a breath. And by this time, your emotional support animals, quote unquote, amber, they boop, 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 boop. They disappear as the hour expels. And the drow comes up to you and says, well, we've got some stability at last. That is great. I cannot thank you enough. My name is Baltha, and you have my thanks.
I feel like I did more harm than good there, but my friends helped.
I appreciate the effort regardless.
It was a lot more difficult than I thought. There's not as many of the helpful plants and leaves that I'm used to.
As you mentioned, plants and leaves. The guy who was humming hears that, and he approaches you, Amber. Plants and leaves, you say, miss? You are a druid?
I've come from a really long way away, so we have different plants and medicinal herbs.
Well, what I wouldn't give personally for some herbs or any type of plants, I'm desperately trying to grow them over into the temple. Perhaps you might visit me later in the temple. We can talk about plants and everything like that to your heart's content. I would truly appreciate the help. I'm managing to grow some things here to support the troops, but it is most difficult. If you wouldn't mind, could you come meet me at the temple later on?
Of course. Can stop by later after everybody here is taken care of.
Of course. And he goes back to his humming. Once again, something appears on the map. This circular thing over here is the temple which he's directed you to. That's where he says to meet. And he goes back to chanting and doing spiritual healing as he describes it. Baltha says, that was Foghorn. He's a good sort. He tries to help. Well, tell me. I don't expect much help here. Who in the blazes are you, and why are you here?
We came in search of Betrayer's Rise and kind of got swept up in the attack and are kind of just helping around town until we settle ourselves.
Betrayer's Rise. I have to ask the follow-up question. Why are you going to the Betrayer's Rise?
Pleasure.
we have a comic amongst us.
It would seem so. Nice perceptiveness, Miss Baltha. Yeah.
We're honestly just kind of doing research, looking for anything from the time of the calamity to see if it can kind of help us solve some mysteries.
I mean, I detect some hesitancy from you to share what you're truly up to. I mean, you're giving me vague answers. And look, I can respect that. We all have our own secrets. But if you want to explain to me more, I feel I owe you that much to tell you as much as I know. But if you want to keep your secrets to yourself, I can understand that.
There's something, I'm not sure if, do you know much of, I'm gonna pause a second and look to the others, like for confirmation.
Do you wanna?
Oh no, just well, we're looking for someone who's knowledgeable in the arcane ways, who knows about relics of the old, before the calamity struck, pre-calamity artifacts. Do you have knowledge in that department?
I When I was training to be a priest, I did study a lot of the old times of the Calamity and the sacrifices that were made by far too many, so I have some knowledge of it. And if you're asking about artifacts, I mean, no particular artifact, maybe I know something about it.
Have you ever heard of the Jewel of Three Prayers?
The Jewel of Three Prayers. Yes, I think about it. I have studied the Three Prayers. The Three Prayers. It must be that old story about the champion of the three gods. I cannot remember his name, but he was some champion. Goodness gracious, I can't even believe I've remembered it. It's like a fragment of a legend. Even in the temples in Vasselheim and Ankaral. And this is how I remember. Long ago, a hero of the Calamity begged for aid from 3 different gods in his time of need. Let me see. There was Evandra, the Changebringer, was one of them, I think. And Sihanin, the Moonweaver, was another. And there was a third. Can't quite my place. Oh no, I remember. This might be a fiction, but Evandra is said to have grieved for the hero. Not because he had died, but because she feared her aid forced him to give up so much of himself that he would be robbed of a future. I hope that is useful to you. I'm going to copy that into text because I'm sure you're wanting to take note of
Yeah,
these
nice.
things.
That's really interesting about that. May I ask where you stumble across this knowledge in any kind of books or something like that?
Well, I studied in Ankaral, and I worked with the Cobalt Soul in Ankaral, using the vast areas of libraries. Very useful.
From the beautiful city of Ankarel, and now you're here.
Yes, it is truly a jewel in the desert. If you get a chance to travel there, I'm not sure how you'd get over there so far away, but Ankaral is a true jewel of the desert. I highly recommend. I have to ask you, why are you asking me about the Jewel of Three Pairs? Why about that in particular?
If impression that you can get from Pertha actually reveal what we're talking about, the 3 prayers.
Okay, so you're going to insight her?
Yeah.
Okay, and make an insight. And what are you inciting exactly?
Generally, does she have any tells, like what kind of expression does she make when we talk about Jewel of Three Prayers? Do I get the impression that there's something greedy in her eyes or something?
The impression you get from her is that she's pleased to be talking something other than broken bones and septic wounds. She appreciates your presence, and it's hard to be happy when you're constantly in infirmary, but if anything, just the talk of these legends has brought her some happiness. But she's very pleased that you asked her this question. She's very pleased to share some knowledge that doesn't have to do with septic wounds.
Okay. That's good.
I must ask you though. Yes, Palin, I would recommend going to Ankaral, Jewel of the Desert. But why are you asking me about the Jewel of Three Pairs in particular? Have you heard something about it yourselves?
Just something we heard when we were in Jigao. We all kind of had a shared vision where it appeared to be some person asking for our help, and that led us to basically the Betrayer's Rise. He asked us to go where he had last prayed to the Moonweaver.
Oh, perhaps this is the hero that I studied about. Maybe it's one and the same person. So the vision led you here, and you're looking to find the jewel inside the Betrayer's Rise. Is that right, or not sure where it is?
I'm just going to show it to her.
Good. I was about to make a deception check, and she takes a step back and says, "Oh my goodness! Well, you know what you have there? That is indeed the jewel of the three pairs. Number one, put that away. Thank you for showing it to me. I appreciate your trust. But," and she looks around and kind of half pushes you into into the back room of the infirmary where all the medicines and salves, and says, "Look, that is literally a vestige of divergence. That thing is extremely powerful. I don't know who it is you're rescuing, but that is going to help. And if it's this person who was blessed by the three gods, then that's just amazing. Now, I'd be very careful with who you showed that with. There are a few archaeologist types around who'd be very interested in that. I'm sure they would have more information on the jewel than I have. But please be careful with who you... There'll be three people who I think you need to decide whether to share this information or not. There is a tiefling called Prolux Yusuf. He's very knowledgeable in the times of the calamity. He's here studying the Betrayer's Rise. He speaks fluent Abyssal, which is interesting. But he would have knowledge about this jewel. Whether you choose to reveal it to him or not is up to you. There's also an elf. There's also an elf here. His name is Elosian Telfin. Once again, I will need you to decide whether you trust these people or not. He is a little bit more shady. He works for an organization. In fact, he works for an organization which I will reveal to you when you meet him. And finally, there is another tiefling called Question. She works for the Cobalt Soul. All three of these people could potentially have useful information about them. But it is up to you to decide how much to reveal. And here is a very accurate picture that I drew earlier. It shows what Elosian and Prolux look like.
Cobalt Soul is pretty trustworthy, isn't it?
I will leave that to decide.
It's all about knowing the Methodist.
They're primarily done with knowledge.
Question at the CD20, didn't it?
So I will leave that to decide, but those three people in particular could have very useful information. I will say that Elosian, he works for an organization called... Oops. Copy that, right? Elosian works for an organization called the Consortium of the Vermilion Dream. Tell me, Amber, did you actually spend any time in Ankarel?
Probably a little bit. On if the circus was around there or not.
I think I grew up there.
What's that, sorry?
In case it matters, Saturn grew up in Ankarel. Sorry.
So Amber...
She probably took some trips into the city every now and then.
It's on the same team as well.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Amber, make a history check at disadvantage. And actually, it won't really matter because Hatum is going to know this anyway. But let's see how much Amber knows. Okay, even at a straight roll. You don't know. I imagine it wasn't of much interest
That
to
was
you,
a.
and I don't want
I
to.
thought that was a came out at disadvantage, but apparently not.
Well, it's a 1, so hard to get worse. Actually, it was a 2 on the dice. Hard to get much worse than that. Anyway, okay, so Amber, you don't know. As when this priest mentions it, Hatum, you remember stories of the consortium of the Vermilion Dream. They were an underground organization. They weren't out in the open. And you heard rumors of sometimes people disappearing in the night under orders of the consortium Dream. So they're a very kind of underground organization. They're very keen on acquiring items of great power. Very much working in the shadows. And she goes on to say, so as I said, she works for the consortium of the Vermilion Dream. I'd be least keen to trust her, but on the other hand, she might have the most information about it. Once again, I'd leave that information up to you. Now, as for products, he works for the Allegiance of Allsight. He is perfectly content with knowledge. He's here for knowledge's sake. I think he would be of the position that if you share information with him, he will share information back to you. And a similar story with Question, in pursuit of knowledge and little more. Hatum, do you share about the consortium of Vermilion Dreams? About their
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
So, my advice to you is these 3 people, approach them with caution, particularly Alosia, the elf. But once again, she might have the most.
Again, she would probably send someone after us if we leave them without giving them the amulets.
Only if you show them that you have the amulet.
It's true.
So, I pray to the Archheart that you will make the correct decisions.
Do you know where we could find any of the 3 of them?
I know Question hangs out in the ready room mostly. Products is all over the place, as in Alosia. And they're here to gather knowledge. A Question, ready room, the other 2, I couldn't say.
Okay. We really appreciate this insight that you've given us.
Oh, I appreciate this help that you've given to me in this infirmary. If you ever need healing yourself, I am here for you as well. Now, I do have something that might be of great use to you as well. I'm afraid I can't just part for it though. But it's a spell scroll. I will need a, shall we say, a donation for it. But if you find any of your friends or allies charmed or cursed or just cursed, like unable to swing their sword as well, then this spell scroll will help. I'm afraid I cannot part for it for any less than 500 gold pieces. Imagine that is beyond your ability to pay for.
500.
Who is it?
Yeah, sadly.
Yeah.
Well, if you ever need a spell scroll in the future and you come across that, I'd be more than happy to sell you, but as I said, it does cost 500.
What kind of spell is it?
Yeah.
Make an arcane check. I gave you this. Okay, Kaelin, it's a greater restoration spell. So this is what it
Oh.
will do.
Very good.
Don't think you need the diamond dust.
Okay, we do have some silver ingots we could melt down a bit into powder. So, or crush into powder.
It's in a spell scroll, so you wouldn't need that.
But I do get it on a spell list, so I'm not sure that's a 5th level spell. I'm not sure if we get to that point. Let's see. Oh, yeah, at level 9, yeah. So, yeah.
It's going to be difficult.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta roll a spell attack modifier on something to make that 15 DC, I think, to cast it.
I think it's 17.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
10
yeah.
plus. Oh no, it's 17. Yeah. So you need to make a DC
Oh, yeah.
17 on your ability for casting spells in order to use it. It's very powerful, but very tricky to use at lower levels.
Dude. And it's too costly, for me at least. So, yeah. But this Bertha, you mentioned the Archheart. What is that?
Oh, that is my my deity. I worship. Going back through my great. I'm not sure if you've heard of them, but I'm a follower of Zelius. Have you heard of Zelius? Make me a religion check.
Oh yeah, probably.
Oh, you definitely do. So it says Carillion, the Archheart, like the head of the Elfin pantheon. Zelius is the right-hand person to that, so very powerful in the deity order of things. And yeah, very powerful god. Say with a 24, you also know that the right hand of Carillion, and she was an angel at the time of the calamity, and she blames herself for some other things that happened in the calamity. She said she could have prevented it, but didn't. And deals with domains like life and light, which makes sense for a healer here.
Strange. I thought this deep in the Kryn areas, most would follow the Luxon.
Well, I follow Zelius for her healing ability. She blesses me every day. Now, if you forgive me, I do have more things to do. But unless you have any other questions,
I can't keep you. By the way, this is probably more out of character, but this Foghome character that talked to Amber, he said he was heading to a temple, Ulkishu. This one, yeah.
yeah.
Is it a general temple or is it dedicated to a deity?
You'd have to go over there and find out. He left once the healing was kind of done. So
Oh, yeah, okay.
he's moved on. So if you want to learn more about him, you'll have to head over to the temple.
Okay. So, what do you guys think about these 3 people? I mean, I do not trust anyone working for the consortium. But I think I've heard good things about the Cobalt Soul, and well, someone working for knowledge's sake that's good, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm definitely less inclined to speak to this Elosian fellow. She doesn't sound very trustworthy.
No, she
But-
doesn't.
I've died. He's under.
I guess before we were to turn in, we could bring Amber to the temple if she wanted to meet with that guy that talked to her.
We could do that. I'm curious as well.
Amber?
I could go to the temple.
Cool.
Could also do with the rest.
I'll go with you.
It's getting towards evening time, just so you know.
Well, would you guys want to go ahead and rest and then try to hit the temple in the morning?
Can do either one. I'm curious to see what the person has to say about the plants over the temple.
He did say meet him tonight, so, in that case, can I do a retroactive insight on that Foghome character as I
Sure.
witnessed him talking to Amber?
Sure. Make insight.
Does he have deceitful intentions?
Seems on the up and up.
Cool.
I mean, he
Seems like a
was
decent
literally working
one.
I'm getting an echo from... Used to be Hatum, but he's gone now. No, Hatum, I'm echoing on you.
Oh, sorry. You're echoing on me now?
Check. Not when you're muted. Okay, thank you, Hatum. So yeah, he seems trustworthy. I mean, he was there giving spiritual healing to the soldiers here by the chants that he was doing. Spiritual healing is a type of healing as well, so he seems like a good guy. As you guys are deciding what to do, and you're leaving the temple, maybe leaving the
with this
infirmary,
fucking
maybe
shit.
to the temple, maybe to the ready room. As you're leaving, there's a soldier there. One of the ones you dealt with. He still looks like he could go either way. He might die or not. You see, he's been bandaged up and helped as much as he can. But there's quite a lot of blood leaking through the bandages. He looks in a rough way. And during your rounds that you did before, you tried to heal as much as he could, but he really looks on death's door. And as you're about to leave, he raises his hand and says, might I trouble you for a second? Somebody, anybody.
Of course.
Yeah.
Amber would
He's going to use bonus action to harness divine power. To extend the use of my channel divinity and regain extended spell slot up to level of 2. So 2 first level spell slots, and he's just going to say a short prayer to Luxon and cast healing word on him. As I see him being in a pretty bad shape.
Okay, so the healing energy of the Luxon kind of heals him. These I made little dodecahedrons going and kind of sewing up the wounds. Thank you, that it feels much better. But I am still scared. I think these wounds are too deep even for your divine healing magic, but maybe your god has blessed me and I might see out this night. But if I don't, remember my name. My name is Naven. Now, do you mind grabbing something from the satchel, please? And he hands a satchel. You see a satchel by his side. He's gesturing towards you, Hatum. Do you mind getting something from there, please? So you reach into the pouch from this drow's side and you pull out a tiger's eye, which is a type of gemstone, and it's carved like a rabbit. And you kind of turn it around. And on the bottom of the carving, you see the name Naven carved into the bottom. Now, if you be so kind? Would you mind taking this to the wall of the Unforgotten and place it there? Please, if you wouldn't mind, just place that there for me. Points. This is the wall of the Unforgotten there.
Of course, we'll honor your wishes.
Thank you. It gives me some relief. I appreciate it. Thank you. Just place it by the wall.
May I ask what's so important about this wall?
No, it's not important. Nothing you need to be concerned about. Just please, if you could, place it for me.
Don't worry, we'll do that for you. Just make sure you get plenty of rest, okay?
Thank you. Thank you. You are all sure sent here as angels. And taking your advice, he kind of puts his head back on his pillows. Before his face was strained, his face almost looks a little more relaxed now that you've taken this tiger's eye gemstone for him. And he closes his eyes and he... taking raspy breaths. If he is on death's door, death at the moment is not knocking. Hanging in there.
Nice.
I'm going to toss him another healing word just to make him feel even better. Sure, yeah.
Okay, you see some of his
So,
his wounds are closing up again, but he continues to breathe deeply. I mean, it cast it on him while he was asleep. And you think Amber's right. The healing is going to help, but what he most needs is sleep. Maybe he'll survive the night thanks to your healing, Hatun. And Amber, your bedside care is also providing him comfort as well. He appears to be like in a deep sleep, but you hear him just mumbling under breath, "Thank you, thank you." Is that a couple of times? Not sure if it's just random brain neurons firing or really felt your presence. So you head out into the streets, leaving for the moment anyway the infirmary in your rear view mirror. What would you like to do?
So, B6 was the wall, right?
B6 was the wall, correct.
So it looks like that's right on the way to the temple if you want to go there.
Yeah, I guess we can stop on our way. What time of the day is it at the moment? Is it like evening?
Just before evening, like about 6 p.m. The sun will set in 90 minutes, something like that.
Yeah, okay. I would suggest asking at the temple for some shelter for the night, because, yeah, we kind of need it, don't we?
Yeah, agreed. We can definitely do that. Drop off this trinket and then head to the temple.
Okay. So you make your way over to the temple. Hatun, can you roll a d10 for me, please? 4. Okay. As you're approaching the temple, say from this side, you see an Aurora Watch soldier. Another drow. Drows are quite common here. And you see there are these two... strangely enough, inside the city of Bazazan, people choose to make this their home. Like about 80% of this town is, you see, are Aurora Watch soldiers. But you see people just living their lives here as well. Why you would choose to live in such a place is a good question, but there are people who voluntarily choose to live here. And there's two goblins, and they look like commoners, judging by the way they're dressed. And they're just beating each other up, just landing blows, punching noses. See, one goblin lands a blow on another one. The other goblin's noses get smeared across his face and blood starts pouring down. And you hear them screaming at each other in Goblin, and you see the Aurora Watch soldiers kind of trying to grab them from the collar and say, "No, stay apart, we can't be this fighting amongst ourselves, sort it out." But the Goblins are they're kind of doing the way people fight who don't know how to fight. They're kind of flailing their wrists, trying to get a headshot while closing their eyes, and occasionally one of them hits. You do anything? Do you say anything?
He's really tired, so he's just gonna do thaumaturgy and just walk up to him and say, "Knock it off!"
Okay. Make an intimidation check at advantage. Thanks to your booming voice. Yeah, they stop and stare at you for a second, then go back to closing their eyes. Start wailing at each other. No, break it apart! And he's trying to break these goblins apart, but they're just beating each other up.
I'm also very tired, and my Crimson Rite is still active. So I'll notch an icy crossbow and tell them that I'm so tired and they need to stop, or I might miss and hit them in the eye.
Okay, intimidation check at advantage. Oh, it seems you're a lot more imposing. I mean, as you both said, you're both tired, but Cadus, maybe you just had enough of this shit. And you point this crossbow dripping with ice, and the goblins look at you, kind of both raise their hand up. The Aurora Watch, while Walter lets them go, and as a final act of defiance, one of them tries to kick the other one in the ghoulies, and almost crits, and the other one crumples down in a heap, and the other goblin just scampers away. And the soldier says, oh, thank you, miss. It's enough of this shit happening without us turning on each other. Thank you. Thank you.
Honestly, not a problem. Platoon, do you want to go ahead and drop this off? I'm really done with today.
I can do that. It seems kind of strange. Yeah, it's a dying wish, but it didn't die. Well, we can go collect it if he lives. Take the tiger's eye, bunny, and leave it at the wall.
Well, what you see, the wall of the Unforgotten is a long stone wall, and it's carved with names and wreathed in dried flowers, silver necklaces, and ropes weighted with the good luck charms. And the ground near the wall is just cluttered with trinkets that are assumed is left there as offerings. And a drow of the Aurora Watch is praying near the corner of the wall. And he kind of, as you're approaching her tomb, he glares at you and says, "Look, be respectful. They've earned their rest, and they deserve to have that rest honored."
Bunny wouldn't have it otherwise.
And you place the trinket?
Yeah.
And as he sees you playing his trinket, he kind of rubs the temples and he says, "Look, I'm sorry for my curtness. My apologies. My name is Calum, not Kalin, but Calum." And you see he stand up. His left leg from the knee down is an intricate prosthetic leg carved from like chitinous black rock. There's rings of purple light along it. And he says, This is a recent practice by some of the younger members of their Ira Watch. When a soldier is not sure of living long enough to make friends that will hold a memorial for them, they arrange to have a keepsake of theirs placed by the wall in their honor. And you have obviously done this for someone who I assume you don't know. And thank you for it. I thank you for it.
Of course, I assume this place just gets to you, and I see it's done so both mentally and physically.
Oh,
I'm sorry for the loss of your leg.
it's a small sacrifice. I have recovered. But I thank you.
Perhaps if the person pulls through, he can get his trinket back.
Maybe. If he survives, maybe he'll come back and get. And as I said, people fear they won't have no friends and people won't remember them. I mean, the soldiers here rather depressingly refer to this place as the meat grinder. Aurora Watts soldiers are consumed, they're spat up, and then more reinforcements arrive, and then they get chewed up and spat out. It's never ending. So, this is why he placed it. He fears either make no friends, or the friends he does make will die, and there'll be no one there to remember him. So this is what this is here for. Thank you for you. Kaelin and Cadis, are you doing anything, or are you just too tired and moving on?
I'm just standing in the
Just
waiting
standing
around.
next to Hatum.
And he approaches Kaelin and Cadis. Are you with these people as well? Did you help this injured soldier?
Yes, we all just left the infirmary after helping everyone there.
Impressive. I assume the same with you, a Fire Ganassi friend?
Oh, I tried my best, as everyone would do.
Well, that's all we can. And with your permission, I would like to give you.
I never say no to a gift.
Oh, it depends on the gift, I would assume.
Well, come here, Fire Ganassi. And I assume you approach him, and he goes to place a finger right at the center of your forehead. He pauses just before and looks down to you. It's okay?
Sure.
He boop you on the forehead. Amber, he does the same to you, pausing just before. You let him boop you on the forehead.
She'll kind of give him a nod. Sure.
Boop. Same thing, Cadis.
Yes, of course.
Boop. And Hatum.
Yeah, sure.
Boop. So with this gift I gave you, it is going to give you options when perhaps options aren't there. And you're wondering what the hell he's talking about, but when he tapped you on the forehead, it feels good. And what you get mechanically, you get a mote of possibility. For those who are familiar with the Critical Role show, you might recognize this. And what it does is any character who fails a saving throw or misses on an attack roll can use their reaction to expend their mote of possibility and re-roll the d20.
Okay, nice.
It's almost like a DM thing.
Inspiration. Yeah.
Inspiration is what.
Just use the D&D Beyond inspiration to remember I have it.
Yeah, it's odd. I'd expect it to be like a magic item in D&D Beyond, but it's not.
Oh, it's not?
Yeah, so just write it on a piece of paper or something, but you do have this mote of possibility.
Yeah, there's a potion of possibility, but it acts different.
Oh, okay. And it might come from the actual... What's the name of the dodecahedron with the handles on it? What's that called?
Beacon of...
A beacon. Yeah, maybe it's on the beacon. Anyway, this is all beside the point. Yeah, but the Luxon beacon... Yeah, I didn't... Anyway. Okay, so you get the motive possibility. He taps you on the forehead and you're feeling pretty good. Okay. Off to the temple.
Thank you for your magical book, my good sir. Much
You're
appreciated.
welcome. Thank you for caring for those who... The mere fact that he asked you to bring it here means he doesn't really have any lights like yourself are truly a blessing in this dark, dark day.
Oh, two kind of words.
Okay. I'm going to backtrack just a little bit and point out this thing here. Oops. So this thing here, you hear people referring to it as a sacrifice engine, and as you're walking past it, it's like a 30-foot deep pit, and it's lined with rows and rows of silver blades. And you notice there's a lever near the edge of a pit. And you see in the middle of it some demons in there. And you see the guy pull the lever, and very much like a blender, you ask, will it blend? And it does indeed blend. And these demons just get ground up into a pulp and deposited somewhere below it. And the Aurora Watch soldiers continuing to throw stuff in there. And they... very much a demon smoothie. And you think, why the hell would that even be there in the first place? I mean, they're making use of it, but why is it there in the first place? You can feel free to question the soldier if you like, or we could just move on to the temple.
Very cool that you have this, but why do you have it?
Well, it is most useful. I mean, often we use it as a trap for the demons during an invasion. We lure them in here, then blend them on up. You know, it does a decent amount of damage. Like, there's Malcolm rolling some dice, does 54 damage around, something like that. But in bygone days, you go back far enough, this place was very much the home, the servants of the betrayer gods. This was a betrayer god stronghold. And the legend has it that they used to throw mortals in here to appease their evil lords. No godly reason why it built such a machine in the first place. We make use of it now, but it was to sacrifice mortals to the betrayer gods. Not very helpful.
Well, I mean,
Well, helpful now.
It answers the question. Well, hey, as long as you find a decent use for it now, so.
It's useful, but it's abomination at the same time. Now, if you excuse me, I've got more diamonds to turn into smoothies.
I already felt that way, but
Excuse me.
I feel like
Continues to grind
in an
up.
alternative universe, this would probably be seen as entertainment, grinding up different kind of materials to see if they do blend. What's the weirdest things you guys have thrown into this blender?
Demons, and more demons. That's it.
Just demons, though? You guys haven't like tried throwing chairs or, things that
Well,
don't normally blend.
Why would you want to
Nations.
throw a chair in there?
Oh, curiosity.
Look, mate, I've got a bunch of more demons to grind up. Unless you got a sensible question, just leave me to my work.
Oh.
Well, some aberrations.
Anything that's squishy and wants to eat me goes in the sacrifice engine. And you do notice, by the way, this is a grandstand around the sacrifice engine, which makes it even more odd. Maybe it was a spectator sport when the mortal were grind up to appease them.
Well,
Cool enough.
it's, well, yeah, it's
This is
interesting
super-
culturally. I
That's
assume.
pretty great.
Well, I guess we can just go to the temple after we've seen this gruesome scene.
Oh, you saw the
Do you guys
sacrifice engine first, then the wall second. I just backtracked in time because I thought that was an interesting part of the city you'd like to know a little bit about. But you head over to the temple. Once again, there's some chanting inside the temple. And the temple...
If we get attacked by another round of demons, we can take them to the sacrifice engine instead.
Perfect. So, you could head over to the temple. The temple... Most of the structures here, by the way, are in disrepair. You see some houses where some commoners have taken up residence. Like there's holes in the ceilings that have been hastily patched up with something that really wouldn't stop if a downpour came through. Walls broken, doors broken, everything's in a bit of a mess. The only noticeable exception you noticed was the barracks. The barracks is kept in pretty much tip-top condition. Unfortunately, the temple is also in a bit of disrepair. Like, as you approach, it's interesting. Glass crunches underfoot amid overgrown weeds. Collapsed walls have been replaced with rows of wooden shelves that hold earthenware pots. Numerous alcoves are used as planters for stubborn flora. Just outside the far end of the enclosure, a smashed mosaic of stained glass sits in a splintered window frame next to a withered skeletal tree. For those who are proficient in religion, can you make me a religion check, please? You don't recognize it? It looks like her tomb's the only one. So smashed glass, some god or goddess, you're not sure. And as you enter...
Actually, I'm not proficient, but it does say that because of my Hunter's Bane, I specifically have advantage when trying to recall lore about deities' rites and prayers.
Make a religion check. Make a religion check at advantage, in fact. Good thing to keep in mind. Okay, you kind of look at the smashed glass that's underfoot and the frame, and you kind of put it together. You recognize it as the iconography of Avandra the Changeling. And as you enter the temple, you see Falcombe. This furbolg dressed in simple leathers, a brown bushy beard, short cropped hair, and very tall, of course, for a furbolg. Welcome to my temple. It is a pleasure to have you here. As I said, my name is Falcombe, and it is a pleasure to have you.
It's seen better days, I think. Has it?
Oh, it has seen better days in here. I mean, the Wild Mother is trying best to grow some type of flora here. I have some success with some plants I've bought from Asarius who don't need the daylight. Had some success here, but basically it's proving very hard and difficult for me to grow things here. Which is why I thank the Wild Mother that you are here, Amber.
Unfortunately, I don't think I have any leftover seeds from Corel anymore.
Well, your presence itself is appreciated. I mean, I think I could get stuff to grow here if it wasn't for the corrupting influence of the Betrayer's Rise. I mean,
I might be able to try to work on some of the plants that are already here.
oh, if you could, that would be fantastic. I mean, I myself worship Melora the Wild Mother, but it was originally the holy place of Avandra the Changebringer. And I am hoping to, let's say, honor both deities by cultivating new life in the midst of death and destruction. And any aid you could give to me, Amber, would be very much appreciated.
Sure, the can try to do the best I can to help the nature spirits come back to what they've lost.
Well, that would be most helpful. Anyway, I apologize. I've done nothing but ask and talk about myself. Would anybody like a cup of tea?
Oh, yes, please.
Yes.
May I ask what kind of tea?
Well, this is a particular concoction of myself, and you see he brews you the tea and he hands you each one. It's a deep red cup. This is various spices that are found and cultivated. It's my own special brew. And out of character, no, it's not dead people tea, and no, it's not demon tea, and I do get the reference too. If you drink the tea, as I said, it's a deep red color. It's a little bit bitter, but quite refreshing at the same time. And he says, I thank you for your presence here. I'm happy to answer any questions about Melora or Avandra you might have. But usually, at this time of day, I usually go into a meditation and meditate to Melora and Avandra. I'd be very honored if you joined me in this meditation.
How long does a meditation last?
About 10 minutes.
I'd say we definitely have the time if you allow us to maybe rest here for the evening.
Oh, of course.
I wouldn't mind.
Yes, you can rest here for the evening, of course. I mean, a lot of people...
If I
Yes?
check out that tree over there, withered shell tree or whatever you said it was.
Yep. You're more than welcome to sleep there. In fact, that is the very tree that we'll be meditating.
And she'll gently place a hand on the tree itself and try to put a little bit of druidcraft in it.
Okay, so the tree looks as withered as it showed in the art, but as you put your hand on it and cast druidcraft, little green leaves appear at the top of the tree, just 3 or 4. And he says, "Oh, you're providing blessings already, Amber. Bring life, you bring joy. May the Wild Mother bless you."
We'd love to stay here and meditate. The Wild Mother or Avandra is, well, those are gods that I've rejected, of the Luxon, I suppose, but I don't want to, if my being here would be disrespectful, and I don't want to impose on you.
No. You can pray to whichever god you is fine. But if you please,
you.
Sit or kneel as is your preference. And he reaches out a hand to say, Atun and Kalen. Could everybody please join hands?
I don't mean to be rude, but may I still spend the evening if I don't meditate? You see, I'm an impatient person, so I'm having trouble sitting still for a very long time unless I'm doing some kind of reading or mental activities.
No judgment, friend. You may absolutely stay in the temple. There is no compulsion to be part of this meditation.
Oh, much appreciated. While you guys meditate, I think I will spend some time reading in my little book.
Okay. Cool, so Kaelin steps aside. The rest of you kind of hold hands. And the Falcombe says, to everybody, just close your eyes. Pray to whichever deity is you. And despite us being in this place of so much loss, so much sorrow, so much evil, concentrate on the good things, the happy memory. And that, focus on that as best you can. And you all sit down and start meditating. Meditating's hard to keep your mind focused and not wandering. But everybody except for Kaelin start meditating. Concentrating on the good things of life. Then almost in an instant, whatever you're concentrating on fades into the background. And you see in your mind, except for Kaelin once again, but feel free to relay this to him if you want, you see a young human, curls plastered to his brow by sweat, sinking to his knees in the garden. And you stop and you realize, this is the garden that you're in at the moment. This very, very garden. And it looks very much like the person you've seen in previous visions with the brown curly hair. And his eyes betray a lack of sleep. And despite the softness of his features, he looks like he's experienced more pain than any one person should bear. They're counting on me, he whispers. They need me, but I'm exhausted and frightened. What do I do? Please, someone tell me, what do I do? And your eyes are instantly brought up to the skies because you see moons racing across the sky, soon replaced by an angry red sun that rises before a fateful battle. 5 silhouettes approach the temple, and one claps a kneeling figure on the back. The voices are muffled, as if they're coming through water, but you see them embrace, standing strong, before marching off to war. And Kaelin, as you are watching this, you see everybody just collapse to the ground prone. Still breathing, but unresponsive. Kaelin, what do you do?
I'm gonna think to myself, well, they did say they were tired. Maybe the meditation was really peaceful and they all went to sleep. Should I be bothered? I'm not sure. Fine. I guess I'll put down my book, step over to them, at least try to see if they have some kind of pulse. Are they still breathing?
Definitely still alive.
Okay. I'm gonna gently try to tug on Amber to see if she wakes up.
Amber wakes up.
Hey, are you okay? You guys just all fell asleep at the same time. It was kind of weird.
We'll say you all wake up. As you're waking up, Amber, it takes about a minute for you guys to regain consciousness. And as you're sitting around wondering what to do, he seems to have had this vision as well. And what we'll do, need to end it there because I'm expecting some kids home from their summer school any moment. So we'll end it there, and we'll pick up the repercussions after this vision on our next session. Sound good, guys?
Okay, sounds good.